Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another lap time challenge on Gran Turismo 7. Today we are racing on Goodwood Motor Circuit, a track that has, I think, never been used in any lap time challenge so far, and a track I'm not so familiar with. We are racing in the street version of the Renault Mégane Trophy R.S, and we are on sports hard tires. The current world record is a 124.3, and that leaves us to beat a 126 and slightly below 0.9. So let's get on track and try to do this one. So getting out of the last corner, try to get a good amount of momentum out of it and try to avoid the grass on the outside. Then flat out up to 5th gear over to the left hand side of the track, and the first brake marker is in between the marshal box on the left and the 50-meter board. Be gentle on the brake and then lift the brake pedal again, going down to 4th for a bit more rotation and grip on the front axle. Then before this bump, go up to 5th and give it some easy power input. Try to lift if you have some understeer and then fully back to the power again, and now full acceleration down this back straight. Up to 6th gear over to the left and now to the inside of this right hander, cause this one you can take flat out before positioning the car to the left hand side of the track again. And then my next brake marker was shortly before the marshal box on the left disappears from my screen. Hard initial brake input and immediately lift the brake, the car will start to oversteer a bit, hard over the inside curb and then fully back to the power shortly in 5th before braking again and down to 4th, keeping it narrow whilst avoiding to slide too much, and early back on the power again in 4th gear. Rev out the gear up to 5th over to the left hand side of the track, and the brake marker is where the black tire rubber marks will appear on the track. Down to 3rd gear, use some trail braking again, keep it narrow to the inside curb, down to 3rd, then short power input in 3rd before shifting up to 4th. And then fully back to the power again. If you go to 4th too early, you will have understeer and go off track. Now accelerate up to 5th, put the car over to the left hand side of the track up to 6th gear, and then get ready for the very last brake marker. This one will be tricky. You have to brake in the middle of this exit road on the left hand side. Brake hard in a straight line down to 4th gear, and when turning in, lift the brake pedal slightly, let the car roll shortly, then brake again down to 3rd for more rotation, immediately up to 4th over the inside curb and fully back to the power. Next and last brake marker is this shadow on the track. Brake hard and down to 3rd gear, then turn into the right, lift the brake pedal, then turn over to the left. Short brake input again for load change to let the car rotate to the left, up to 4th gear and back to the power, trying to avoid the green, accelerating to the max and up to 5th gear over the finish line, hopefully getting a gold time and 2 million credits. And let's review the lap once more from chase cam. So getting through this last chicane, try to avoid the grass to take a good amount of speed into your lap. Then up to 5th gear and position the car to the left hand side of the track. The first brake marker is the marshal box on the left hand side and in between the 50-meter board. Use some trail braking and down to 4th gear to let the car rotate, up to 5th before this bump and back to the power gentle. Then accelerate fully up to 6th gear, the next right hander will be flat out. So position the car to the left hand side of the track, go over to the inside of this right hander and then back to the left hand side of the track again. Get ready for your brake marker, which is shortly before the marshal box on the left. Down to 5th gear, let the car slide a bit over the inside curb, short power input in 5th, before braking again and down to 4th gear, trying to avoid too much sliding, back to the power and 4th again, revving out the gear up to 5th, and the tire rubber marks are the brake marker. Brake hard again, down to 3rd gear, over the inside curb, short power input in 3rd before going up to 4th and then fully to the power again. Now accelerate to the max and try to rev out those gears, cause this will get you some time as well. Then through this left hander over to the left hand side of the track and get ready for your last brake marker. This will be the exit or escape road next to the track on the left, so in the middle of this one, brake hard and straight line down to 4th gear, and when turning in, lift the brake pedal shortly, brake again when turning down to 3rd gear, up to 4th gear immediately over the curb, short power input, braking at the shadow again down to 3rd, using load chain through this chicane, and up to 4th again, trying to avoid the grass and using the maximum acceleration to the finish line to get yourself a gold time and 2 million credits. And that's already it for this week's lap time challenge in the Renault Mégane Trophy R.S on Goodwood Motor Circuit. The track is pretty rarely used and the car is quite enjoyable to drive, so I can only tell you, go for it and get yourself 2 million credits. If you've done so, let me know in the comments what time you were able to achieve, and as usual, if this guide helped you out, I'd be happy if you leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And then I say thank you for watching and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.